Hey guys, Lancer here. Hope everyone's doing well. Thanks for joining me. We'll look into some MTG spoilers for the day. It looks like Dominaria United got a massive spoiler release or something. I don't know what exactly happened, but apparently this is much earlier than we should have got it. But let's just jump right into it and see what we got. So first things first, Aaron Benellius Ruin, 2 white and 1 black for a 3/3 Menace Phyrexian human. Pay 1 black, 1 white, and tap. Sacrifice another creature. Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Yeah, I mean, is Phyrexian going to be a type that people are going to actually be able to build around? Has there been any? Yeah, I guess the Praetors, are they considered as Phyrexians and that's it? And then those are the only ones that I've currently seen? I don't know. I'm looking for the Phyrexian keep type at this point. I probably should have done some research. But anyway, let's move over to the Spider. I assume it has reach. Yep, it's a 3 mana, 4/3 reach and trample. That's insane. And domain 7 colorless and 1 green. Return it from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped. It gains if this permanent would leave the battlefield, exile it instead, putting it anywhere else. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each basic land type among lands you control. Okay, it's a spider that can keep coming back. But if it dies, oh no, sorry, it's a spider that can come back one last time, and if it dies that one last time, then it's exiled, and you can never get it back. I guess exiled is the one place where we can't currently get things back from. Sunlight Herbalist, 1 colorless, 1 white for a 2/1. When it becomes tapped, gain 1 life and scry 1. Yeah, cool, if you can tap it. Yabi Maya's Steel Crusher, 1 colorless, 1 red for a 2/2 enlist. As this creature attacks, you may tap a non-attacking creature you control without summoning sickness. When you do, add its power to this creature. Pay one colorless, sacrifice it, destroy target artifact. This is great in any red deck that doesn't have green in it in Commander. Is there anything else that's really good at taking out artifacts? I think red is actually good at taking out artifacts. So red and green are both good at taking out artifacts. This is still really good if you want to add it in like a red-blue deck or a red-white deck where you know you're going to be able to get some damage in early, but maybe not as good as I was thinking. But it's a threat that you can have. It's a 2/2. It curves out. Threats undetected, 2 colors, 1 green for sorcery. Search your library for up to 4 different creature cards with different powers and reveal them. An opponent chooses 2 of those cards. Shuffle the chosen 2 into your library and put the rest into your hand. Okay, that's not bad because you're going to pick your 4 most useful, and then the opponents had to make a really difficult choice. But this is also pretty good politically because maybe you have one that can remove another creature when it enters the battlefield, and you ask a opponent, because an opponent, so I guess you get to choose an opponent. It doesn't say choose an opponent. It does say an opponent. I don't know what that means. I assume because it says an, you get to pick the opponent that you want to make the decision. Not all of them get to have a say. Orca, Siege Demon, 5 colorless, 1 black, 1 red for a 5/5 demon. Trample whenever another creature dies, put a +1/+1 counter on it. When it dies, it deals damage equal to its power divided as you choose among any number of targets. This is really good, but there's another card that's actually even better, and it was uncommon. I'm pretty sure that's just one that says whenever you sacrifice a creature, put a +1/+1 counter on him, and whenever he dies, deal as much to his power to any one. But this guy does spread it out a bit. But still, either one of them is a threat, and he is a legendary creature, so he can be a commander. Frost Fist Strider, 3 colors, 2 blue for a 4/4 elemental giant ward 2. When it enters the battlefield, tap target creature an opponent controls and put a stun counter on it. Alright, sure. Human Knight, 2 colors, 1 white for a 2/1 flying. When it enters the battlefield, gain 2 life. Sure. Warrior, 1 blue, 1 white, 1 green for a 3/3 lifelink human warrior. Legendary creature, Shana. At the beginning of your end step, you may pay X. If you do, draw X cards. X can't be greater than the amount of life you gain this turn. That's really good. Yabima's Coast. Troston, founder of Benellius, 5 colors, 1 green, 1 white for a 7/7. When it enters the battlefield, reveal the top 7 cards of your library. Put any number of creature or land among them into your hand, and the rest at the bottom of your library in a random order. When it dies, create 7/1/1. Damn. That's really, really good in those colors. It's card draw, it's creature token generation, it's enter the battlefield triggers. Oh boy, it's a human. Okay, I don't know what they're thinking when they did that one. Cut down 1 black for an instant. Destroy target creature with total power and toughness 5 or less. That's really good too. Join forces. Yeah, sure. I think that's just a buff for 2 of your creatures, but instant speed, so 4 damage coming in. Briar Hydra, 5 colors, 1 green for a 6/6 trample. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, put X +1/+1 counters on target creature you control, where X is the number of basic land types among lands you control. Sure. 4 colors, 2 red for a 5/3 flying. When it attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, it gains double strike until end of turn. Is that good? You can go in for 10 damage for 6, but it hasn't got trample, so maybe not. Tyrannical Pitlord, 4 colors, 2 black for a 6/6 flying trample demon. When it enters the battlefield, choose another creature you control. Chosen creature gets +3/+3 and has flying. When it leaves the battlefield, sacrifice the chosen creature. You could put this in a blink deck and make people choose. Oh no, it's creatures you control. Still really good, but still really good. Cosmic Epiphany, 4 colors, 2 blue for a sorcery. Draw cards equal to the number of instants and sorcery cards in your graveyard. Not bad if you're playing a deck like that. Sarah Redeemer, 3 colorless, 2 white for a 2/4 angel soldier with flying. Whenever another creature with power 2 or less enters the battlefield under your control, put 2/1/+ counters on that creature. Feels pretty insane for token decks. Really insane for token decks. Golden Argosy, 4 colorless for a 3/6 vehicle. When it attacks, exile each creature that's crewed it this turn, return them to the battlefield under your control. So crew 1, yeah, okay, so that's a blink ability. 2 colors, 1 red for an equipment. A creature gets +1/+1 and has trample. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, create that many treasure tokens. Oh my god. It is not cheap, but in the right colors, that is still really good. Verak Warped Sengir, 1 colorless, 1 white, 1 black for a 2/2 vampire with flying, death touch, and lifelink. Oh, it's back. The 2/3. Whenever you activate an ability that isn't a mana ability, if life was paid to activate it, you may pay that much life again. If you do copy that ability, you may choose new targets for that copy. That's a build around for sure. Paragi Dynamo, 3 colors, 1/5 for a construct with haste. Pay 1, tap, copy target, activator or trigger ability you control from another legendary source that is not a commander. You may choose new targets for that copy. Still pretty good. 2 colorless, 1 white, 1 black for a 3/2 with menace, spirit wizard. When Moira deals combat damage to a player, return to the battlefield target creature card in your graveyard that was put there from the battlefield this turn. Limited, but you can play around with it. Gerard's Hourglass Pendant, 1 colors for legendary artifact with flash. If a player would begin an extra turn, that player skips that turn instead. Pretty cool. Pay 4, tap, exile it, return to the battlefield tapped. All artifacts, creatures, enchantments, and lands in your graveyard that were put there from the battlefield this turn. Really good protection. Depends on if you're playing against a certain kind of extra turn deck, but still pretty good. Cadric, Soul Kindler, 2 colors, 1 white, 1 red for a 4/3 dwarf wizard. Legend rules don't apply to tokens you control, sure. Whenever another non-token legendary permanent enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay 1. If you do, create a token that's a copy of it. The token gains haste. Sacrifice at the beginning of the next end step. Cool. So this is building on that soul token dwarf guy. Bladewing, Deathless Tyrant, 5 colorless, 1 black, 1 red for a 6/6 dragon skeleton with flying and haste. When it deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, for each creature card in your graveyard, create a 2/2 black zombie night creature token with menace. In your graveyard, yeah, okay, it's kind of how to put stuff in your graveyard, but I can see where it's going. Zerium, Golden Wind, 3 colors, 1 white for a 3/4 griffin with flying. When a griffin you control deals combat damage to a player, create a 2/2 white griffin creature token with flying. God damn it! Do I still have all my griffins? I thought about building a deck around it, but they're not the best. But maybe they are now. Okay, Shanid, one colorless, one white, one black, one red for 2/4 human knight. Other legendary creatures you control have menace. Whenever you play a legendary land or cast a legendary spell, you draw a card and lose one life. Is this the commander I want for my knight's deck? I don't think it has that many legendary stuff in it, but well, legendary spells includes artifacts and lands and everything, so who knows. Chaotic transformation. You know what? I actually had to go through this a bit faster. So, yeah, I don't know which ones to pick right now, but I think since most of these are legendary creatures, especially the ones I've just covered, I'll just go through the legendary ones. So Aisha, Tanaka, Armorer, 3 colorless, 1 blue, 1 white for 2/4 human artificer. When Aisha attacks, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may put any number of artifact cards with mana value less than or equal to Aisha's power from among them onto the battlefield tapped. Put the rest at the bottom of your library in a random order. She cannot be blocked as long as defending player controls 3 or more artifacts. So if they play an artifact deck, then you have an advantage. Sure. Yeah, sure. Okay. 6 mana, 6 colorless and 1 black for a 5/5 zombie giant. It costs 1 less for each creature card in your graveyard. That is insane. And Death Touch. That is actually insane because in a zombie deck, you're going to have at least 6 creatures in your graveyard. And this guy is literally going to be 1 mana for a 5/5 Death Touch coming at anyone every turn, I guess. I'll go for Lady of Otraya. Let's go to Tetsu, Imperial Champion. 1 blue, 1 black, 1 red for a 3/3 human samurai. When attacks, if it's equipped, choose 1. Tetsu deals damage equal to the highest mana value among equipments attached to any target. You may cast an instant or sorcery spell from your hand with mana value less than or equal to the highest mana value among equipments attached to Tetsu without paying its mana cost. Okay, so now we have a blue, black, red equipment deck, I guess. Kind of annoying. I personally don't think that the black, red, white one has enough support right now to actually get it doing what it's meant to, but yeah, sure, diversify into another color straight away. Najal, the Storm Runner, 2 colors, 2 blue and 1 red for a 5/4 Ifrit Wizard. You may cast sorcery spells as though they had flash. That's insane. When it attacks, you may pay 2. If you do, when you cast your next instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. That's also really good. Astor, Bearer of Blades. So much equipment support. 2 colors, 1 red, 1 white, 4/4 human warrior. When you enter the battlefield, look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may reveal an equipment or vehicle from among them and put them into your hand. Put the rest at the bottom of your library in a random order. Equipments you control have Equip 1. Vehicles you control have Crew 1. Yeah, pretty crazy. Yep, Legendary Tree Folk. Nemata Primeval Warden, 2 colors, 1 black, 1 green for a 3/4 legendary creature Tree Folk with reach. Makes sense. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile instead. If you do, create a 1/1 green sapling creature token. Okay, protection. It creates tokens and it exiles them. So that's actually insane. Literally, they just eat them up. Pay 1 green, sacrifice the sapling, it gets +2/+2 until end turn. Pretty cheap for pumping it, and pay 1 colorless, 1 black for sacrifice 2 saplings, draw a card. Really good. That's actually really, really good. Braids, Arisen Nightmare, 2 black, 1 colorless for 3/3 Nightmare. At the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice an artifact, creature, enchantment, land, or planeswalker. If you do, each opponent may sacrifice a permanent that shares a card type with it. For each opponent who doesn't, that player loses 2 life and you draw a card. Sure, yeah, it's okay for what it is. Dismember is back, but in a fancy out frame that looks like a Secret Lairs. Is there anything else? I think Archangel of Wrath has been said to be pretty good. 2 colors, 2 white for 3/4. Let's go kicker 1 black and or 1 red. Flying and lifelink. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, deal 2 damage to any target. If it enters the battlefield and if it was kicked twice, it deals 2 damage to any target. So you can, when it enters the battlefield, if you paid 6 mana for it in black or red, then it can deal another 4 damage. Pretty good. And Shieldred, the Apocalypse, 2 colorless, 2 black for a 4/5 Phyrexian Predator. Is that meant to be her body? Impressive. I think she might be one of the largest Phyrexians if that is actually meant to be her body. Death Touch. Whenever you draw a card, you gain 2 life. Whenever an opponent draws a card, they lose 2 life. Yeah, that's going to burn down pretty fast. 1 blue, 1 red for a 2/3 human artificer, Joyra, ageless innovator. Tap, put 2 ingenuity counters on Joyra, then you may put an artifact card with mana value X or less from your hand onto the battlefield. X is the number of I can't even say it. Counters on Joyra. There you go. Sure. It's a builder. 1 black, 1 blue, 1 white for a 1/3 human wizard. Rough, Weatherlight Stalwart. When you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you may tap 2 untapped creatures you control. If you do, draw a card. Not bad. Pay 3, 2 white. Creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain vigilance until end of turn. Sure, once again, a build around, but yeah, I can see some potential there. Solkanar, the Tainted. He's all mutated now. 2 colorless, 1 blue, 1 black, 1 red for a 5/5 elemental demon. At the beginning of your end step, choose one that hasn't been chosen. Draw a card. Each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. He deals 3 damage to up to 1 other target creature or planeswalker, and exile him and return it to the battlefield under opponent's control for them to do the exact same thing that you did to them to you. Sure. Solar Windgrace, 1 black, 1 red, 1 green, 1 colorless for a 5/4 cat avatar. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, you may put a land card from a graveyard onto the battlefield tapped under your control. Pay 1 green, discard land, you gain 3 life. Pay 1 red and 1 colorless, discard land and draw a card. Pretty insane. Pay 2 colorless, 1 black, discard land. Soul of Windgrace gains indestructible until turn, tap it. Yeah, that's pretty crazy for what its powers are. It's got protection, it's got card draw, it's got gain of life. It's got ramp. Yeah, that's pretty insane in those color combinations. Squee, Dubious Monarch, 2 colors, 1 red for a 2/2 Goblin Noble with haste. When it attacks, create a 1/1 red Goblin creature token that's tapped and attacking. You may cast Squee from the graveyard by paying 3 colors and 1 red and exiling 4 other cards from your graveyard rather than paying its mana cost. I don't understand the rather than paying its mana cost. Isn't its mana cost 2 colors and 1 green and 1 red? So you're never going to pay it because you can never cast a card from the graveyard. So if it's coming from the graveyard, the only thing you can do is pay 3 colors, 1 red, and then exile 4 cards from your graveyard. I don't know. Zer, Eternal Schemer. 1 white, 1 blue, 1 black for a 1/4 human wizard with flying. Equivalent creatures you control have Death Touch, Lifelink, and Hexproof gods. 1 colorless, 1 white for target non-aura enchantment you control becomes a creature in addition to its other types and has base power and toughness equal to its mana value. Yeah, gods. This deck will work really well in a 3-color god deck. And the Raven Man, 1 colorless, 1 black for a 2/1 human wizard. At the beginning of each end step, if a player discards a card this turn, create a 1/1 black bird creature token with flying, and this creature can't block. Sure. 3 colorless and 1 black. Tap, each opponent discards a card, activate this as a sorcery. Terrible. And Liliana the Veil is back. She looks like she's crying and a bit like Angelina Jolie, kind of. Anyway, I think I've covered the rest of these guys in the past. I've gone through all the legendary creatures, but like I said, Dominaria has mostly legendary creatures. So I think that's most of it. If there's anything that you guys really like, let me know the name of it and I can check it out. Outside of that, I think I was just going to have a quick look at what's coming up in the next couple of months to next year. Actually, no, this is mostly for next year. So we have... what is it? We have the Brothers' War coming up first? No. Dominaria United. Which way is it starting from? Oh, sorry. So the fall of 2022, we got the Brothers' War. Yeah. So this is starting from now to next year. So Brothers' War, Dominaria United, which is what we're just going to go through. Brothers' War, and then we're going to go to Phyrexia. All will be one. March of the Machine. Wilds of Eldraine, the Lost Caverns of Ixalan, which I'm really going to be excited about because that's got dinosaurs, I assume. and Dominaria remastered set similar to Time Spiral. Lord of the Rings, Tales of Middle-earth, yeah, sure. And Universe Beyond Warhammer 40k, pretty cool. And Doctor Who, that's the one that I didn't actually know about, but fine. Overall, I think it's the same problem as I had before, which is I like all of these stuff. I like this stuff, but I'm going to have to be very, very, very picky about what I'm getting myself into, because I don't really want to go any further than just picking exactly what I want from this stuff. So anyways, guys, thanks for checking in. I'm going to do a market update video for tomorrow. This is going to go up first. And yeah, it looks like things are going to get interesting once again. So thanks again and have a good one. See you, everyone.